What is up, y'all? Welcome to this Wednesday stream. Welcome, RB. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a great Thursday morning, Benz, over there in Osloland. And we're going to be looking at some crypto charts today. Maybe some drone footage in between. That will be a surprise. Okay, I think audio is good. Video is good, so we can start rolling. All right. So Bitcoin's down 1.5% on the day, and the most significant thing that happened today was a bearish retest to this 57k area. A well-established inflection point. You'll see how it was regarded here on May 1st from this year, but also comes all the way from the previous cycle from 2021, early Q1 2021. You'll see how price came in for the first time and had a big sell-off after finding supply up here at the 57k area. And also in May of 2021, the complacency shoulder before the China nuke from the Bitcoin mining ban and the Elon Musk FUD was also set on 57k. You can see also on this second peak on 2021, late 2021 actually, was also regarded both as also audio slow. Okay, how about now? I'm gonna get my mic closer, I think. Yeah. All right. I hope you didn't go deaf with that one. So you'll see here 57k. It's a very real area. It's been regarded both as support and as resistance in the past, and also in this cycle. So this bearish retest, I'm not a fan. It was probably going to happen after this cascade liquidation, and you had what you expect, just you found supply up here and you sold off and you're down 1.4%. So on this structure, on this descending channel that I had drawn out for quite some time now, you're actually losing structure and breaking down. But on a more technical structure or formal descending channel, you're still holding structure. And this kind of channel is one that you draw anchoring to 3 points, and these are your 3 points, and they've been somewhat regarded pretty much like the other channels. So you're just in the middle of two structures, one being invalidated and the other one holding off for now. And we're going to go today with the one who's holding off, because this daily candle close on Monday was actually prettier and a more technical than the, okay, so audio is better, rather than the one that's on the other channel. But BTC is still printing strong negative momentum on the MACD histogram, and the RSI, it's at 32 points, man. So this is seller's control area on the oscillators. You can expect sellers to be in control when you're this down on the RSI on a daily time frame, and you just left oversold. But yeah, you could maybe have another stab at the lows here and come back down for a confirmation bottom, because market participants love retest, man. You can appreciate here on the tops, every top had a retest here. This one had probably a larger one here. It took more time, but each time that you have created a top here, you have somewhat done a confirmation top. And here on the lows, you could arguably say the same thing. On each time you have had actually a lower low before impulsing in. So if that would be the case, maybe you're going for a lower low before reversing. But for the sake of our backs and for the sake of our sanity, we're just going to hopefully think that this is going to be reversed from here and maybe come test 60K and then sell off for a little bit. But yeah, just market participants love retest, so have that in mind in case we drop off from here. Don't be that surprised and don't get that scared, because it's what usually the market does. And this is on the daily, just pretty much a nothing burger candle. But on the 3-day, I do have somewhat of an edge that I want to share with you guys. This is not the most common time frame, but I do have a technical edge here that I want to talk to you guys today. So this is on the MACD histogram. We have a hidden bearish divergence, which is a continuation divergence, which implies basically that a downtrend or continuation of the downtrend is more likely than a reversal at this point, where you have a higher high here regarding this high on the momentum, on the positive momentum, and a lower high on price. And that implies that buyers stepped in and they couldn't push price higher regarding the high from early June. So that implies continuations of buyer exhaustion. So that's a little bit worrying, because at the 3-day, it's a higher time frame than the 1-day. You had this bearish engulfing candle on July 29, and you catch mad follow through afterwards with that technical hidden bearish divergence on the MACD histogram. You don't have it on the RSI though. On the RSI, you just have bearish convergence. You know, this is a lower high regarding this high, and you don't have this higher high regarding this high on the MACD histogram. So have that in mind. The next 3-day candle will close in 2 more days, so it'll be on Friday. We're going to cover it in case we get somewhat of a reversal. And what you need to see happen here is this bearish momentum start to weaken out. Like, you need to start to see lighter negative momentum here on the MACD histogram in order to maybe think that this hidden bearish divergence is not continuing to play out. But as we are right now, you're going for the lowest 3-day candle close in 2 more days since February 24th with a bearish argument. What's good, MMA? Thanks for the support, and thanks for coming from tech. Appreciate it. So yeah, you're just in the middle of a bearish impulse, and you'll need time in order to get excited for a reversal. You'll need a structure. You'll need that confirmation low or a higher low or whatever, because on the time being you're in the bearish control zone on the daily time frame, and you have a hidden bearish divergence on the MACD histogram here, and you're also on the 38 level on the RSI on the 3-day. So you're also in the bearish control zone on a significant time frame, which is the 3-day. So that's a little bit messed, if you ask me. I wish this would just pump straight up from here and we go to price discovery right away, but the 3-day is showing bad stuff, man. You'll need to see a green 3-day close on Friday in order to start to get maybe a little bit excited, because otherwise it looks like a bull right now. It's on the seller side, and sellers have been playing this market for quite some time. Possibly you could have had a confirmation on this lower low regarding this low, because you had a lower high here. So yeah, I know that's not what everyone wants to hear, including me, because I repositioned myself after this nuke. I had some stables. I saw a lot of exposure last week before a flush, and I repositioned myself on Monday. So I've been riding that, and I'm very cautious going forward, especially because of this bearish divergence that you have here on the 3-day on BTC. And also, I'm going to show you guys USDT dominance, which is up 1.5% today, holding this breakout out of this ascending structure here. This is not good, chat. You had a pretty lengthy ascending channel here that lasted, man, 159 days until you had a breakout. And now you're possibly confirming or having somewhat of a bullish back test to that breakout, not only of the ascending channel, but also of this 5.8 level, this critical inflection point from the past. This is what you're bouncing out of here. You'll see here, chat. This was a strong support on March through August of 2022, and that's where you're bouncing out of now. Okay, so that could roll over and come back inside of the channel. That would be great news, especially with the VIX selling off. We had a crazy big spike on Monday. VIX went all the way almost to 60, and now it's being bleeding out pretty strongly. So that's a good sign for anyone who's trying to look for risk. But the job's not done. You're in the middle of an impulse, and you'll need to see somewhat of a structure develop before getting excited about going risk on. Because I've seen it on the timeline. I've seen crazy fractals, people saying this was an equivalent to the COVID flush, to the COVID nuke. I'm sure that felt way more scary than this. Felt like everything was going to zero. Global shutdown. And yeah, so a lot of people are becoming bulls, and myself, I'm optimistic before just because of the higher time frame candles, the 3 month and the 6 month on Bitcoin, plus the presidential election year on the States, plus rate cuts are coming, plus BTC halving, all of that. So I always try to look for bullish scenarios when you have that background. But on a daily to 3 day time frame, you're just in the middle of a downtrend with sellers being in control. And this is what I meant on the USDT dominance, which is pretty similar to what we were talking about Bitcoin. You'll turn on here the MACD histogram, and what do we have here, chat? Does anyone have an idea? What do we have here on the negative momentum on USDT dominance? I'll give you guys a few seconds in case you have an idea. It's pretty similar to what's going on BTC on the 3 day. But it's a hidden bullish divergence here. You'll see a lower low on the MACD histogram on the negative momentum and a higher low on price, which means sellers exhaustion. It means that sellers tried their best here to push this asset price lower, and all they could do was just a pathetic higher low. So buyers are in control of this asset, which is the same continuation divergence that BTC has, but inverted. BTC has it to the downside, USDT dominance has it to the upside. And this candle will be closing in 2 more days. And for now, it's going for the highest daily candle close in February 3rd of this year. And there isn't that much inefficiency above, You don't have many more levels here until 6.46, 6.5%, which is this very strong inflection point that we have above us, above 6%. So, man, it's really hard to be optimistic when you're shown with this price action, and you have this also 3 rising valleys accumulation pattern here got confirmed on Monday with this daily candle close above this breakout line here. Breakout line was at 5.9%, and today you're having a throwback, but closing above, closing above 5.9. So what you want to see here, if you want to become more optimistic on this accumulation pattern, is that you need USDT dominance to roll over and get a daily candle close below 5.9, which is this high here, which is the breakout line for this accumulation pattern. You get a daily candle close below, and it will be a formal throwback of the pattern. And Thomas Bolkowski, who studied thousands and thousands of these patterns and 3 rising valleys or 3 falling peaks, which is the opposite one, which is a distribution pattern. He has stated on his book, Encyclopedia of Patterns, he says that when you get an accumulation pattern like this, or a distribution pattern like the one that BTC has, and you get a throwback, meaning that you get price to follow back under the breakout line after a breakout, you get a daily candle close below it, then performance of the pattern, more likely than not, is going to get hurt. You know, that pattern is going to underperform patterns who don't get a throwback. So maybe if you get that throwback, maybe the performance of the pattern is just gonna be weaker rather than just if you don't get that throwback, because the measure move target for this accumulation pattern, you can draw it from the low of the first low all the way up to the breakout line, gives you a 54% measure move target from the breakout line. So if I go with a 54% from here, my God, I don't even, I want to make sure I'm drawing this right, because it can be a 54%, otherwise we're cooked. So you go from the low of the first low here to the breakout line. Yeah, it's 54%. That's a technical pattern of this accumulation pattern that got confirmed on Monday. So if you go a 54% measure move from the breakout line, my God, Chad, 9.1%, almost all-time highs. That's insane. That could take a while to play out. You know, it doesn't mean it's gonna go up in a straight line, but the technical measure move target for this accumulation, according to Bolkowski and traditional technical analysis, would be a 9.1%. That's crazy. This was the FTX implosion, and this was middle of the bear market, 3AC collapse, and everything going under. And this was just the FTX implosion, which actually in price was a lower low. This case is just like an equal high here. So this accumulation target is above there, you know, chat. So let's just hope for a rollover, come back down below 5.9%, get a daily candle close below it, and then start praying for an underperformance of this accumulation pattern. Best case scenario for the bulls is that this just was the mediocre performance out of this accumulation, and that was it. That would be the best scenario, that you had the accumulation, but then you had the confirmation, the short squeeze, but then sellers immediately came in, sellers of USDT in this case immediately came in, and they sold off aggressively, and now the whole accumulation campaign is over. But that's I don't know, that's a long shot, man. Usually when you get this kind of structures that last for a long time, and you get this beauty of a back test to a critical level on the third valley plus above the daily 200 moving average, and you have just you have chances on your side, you have better odds on this playing out to the upside rather than failing. So you if you're a trader or an investor, you want to position yourself where you have better odds of succeeding, because no one knows what's going to happen. You know, this is just a probabilities game. So you don't want to go against the chances on this case, I think. But being a BTC bull and staying optimistic and having that background that I'm going to talk to you about, it's just real quick. I want to remind you guys what I'm talking about. I don't want you guys to think, oh, Pete Book's just crazy, you know, he just perma bull and does this for engagement, whatever. This is what I'm talking about. If you go to a 3-month, so obviously right now it doesn't look as great as before, but what you do have here is what I'll show you here. You had the highest 3-month close ever in January 2021, and then you had this the highest of all time 3-month close in January of this year. And then when this I think it was in July that it closed, yeah, when this candle closed in July, this one here, you had a back test to this level and you got bought back up, which meant that buyers were down here, and you had like somewhat of a confirmation that this breakout was real. And as for now, you're falling under, but you still have a month and a half, almost 2 months to work on it. So this setup is still valid because this candle's open and it can do whatever it wants. But this is not my biggest analysis on the high time frame. My biggest case for it's on the 6 month, and I know that's a pretty large time frame, but I'll show you why. Put this on log scale. Now pay attention, chat, because this is important. All right, this is like my whole thesis for the next year and why I'm still a bull on BTC. Okay, so you need to pay attention. So on January 2023, you have this bullish engulfing candle which ended this downtrend that lasted for over a year, and then you have a 3 white soldiers pattern here with the highest 6-month close in history. That just happened in July. So you have a bullish engulfing candle plus a 3 white soldier, which is a candlestick pattern, plus the highest 6-month close ever. Okay, now let's go to 2016. What do we have here? We have a bullish engulfing candle plus a 3 white soldier pattern plus the highest 6-month close in its history on an election year, which is the same as now. Halving year plus election year plus bullish engulfing candle to end the bear market plus 3 white soldiers plus highest 6-month close ever. So what I'm guessing now that's going on in the market is that we're here. See what's that, chat? You can barely think about it if you see it on the chart like this, but actually the next 6-month candle you sold off almost all the way down to the middle of the body, of even lower of the body of the previous candle, and then you closed way higher, and you had, look at the next 2 6-month candles that you had afterwards on BTC after this setup presented. You run almost 2,000%. Obviously, I'm not expecting that we'll get that kind of performance, but you had an incredible year. Afterwards, you closed like this, and it's the same setup, chat. It's exactly the same. I'm not lying. It's right there. You know, bullish engulfing candle, 3 white soldiers, highest 6-month close ever. Boom. Bullish engulfing candle, 3 white soldiers, highest 6-month close ever. Then boom, this candle, and then the next one on an election year plus a halving year. So this is what drives my whole bias here, chat. We can sell off even all the way down to 45, whatever, even to low 40s, whatever, as long as you don't take out this lows here from this previous candle, or you don't close red below here. I think you're going to see this kind of performance next. I think, in all honesty, you're here. Whoop. One moment. You're just here and everyone's losing their minds. No, my bad. This one here. This is this. And I think it's gonna close green, you know? And then the next one, hopefully it'll be like the same. History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. That's what I'm betting for. Just I have no reason to believe that this is going to be a fade or a fluke. Looks so similar, chat. Bear market, bullish engulfing to end the bear market. Bear market, bullish engulfing to end the bear market. 3 white soldiers into highest 6-month close. 3 white soldiers into highest 6-month close. Okay, so that's what that was my little high time frame analysis. So every time now that I say that I'm high time frame bullish. This is what I mean. This is the the pattern and the fractal and what price is doing. What makes me believe that we're going to close the year higher than 73K. I expect a big green 6-month candle into another highest 6-month close ever, and then the next 6-month close 6-month candle to be even crazier than the previous one. How history has showed. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna move into Bitcoin dominance. I'm gonna go back to the daily. So we do have another setup on the 3-day here too as well. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance has been having a hard time going above 57.2%. We talked about this on stream a lot, chat. 57.2% is a strong level here. A strong inflection point from the past. You'll see here it's been regarded as a support a couple times and as resistance in the past as well. So if Bitcoin dominance is gonna run against all the way up to 60%, it needs to break out 57.2% first. And you came really close to topping it here on mid-April, and now you're just trying for 1, 2, 3 times now. Today you also went into it and sold off, so maybe you'll get somewhat of a pullback and then try again, because these two candles here looks really funny. They're not a twister top here, but you're just living a lot of absorption to the upside on a critical inflection point here. So maybe you get somewhat of a pullback before rolling higher, and you have an argument. If you pull back here, you'll have bearish divergence on the RSI and also on the MACD histogram, where you have a lower high on both oscillators while you made a higher high on price. So yeah, quite the performance out of this inverse head and shoulders that we talked about on stream. Actually, you confirmed the breakout, and then you've been impulsing ever since. Almost no pullbacks. You had a small one in the end of July, but that's it. And since we're talking about the 3-day, we're going to go back to the 3-day pattern that we talked here. Okay, so the 3-day closes in 2 days on Friday, and if you close red, you could have an argument of maybe this becoming a twister top, but there's 2 more days still to go. So as for now, nothing burger candle, but I wanna show you guys this. I want you guys to remember this. If you're a regular here on the stream, you'll remember when I identified this inverse head and shoulders pattern on the MACD histogram, and it's quite amazing, chat, to see patterns like price action patterns actually also form on oscillators like the RSI on the MACD histogram, where no one is really looking there, you know. And I tend to think that they play out more when they present as clean here on the histogram rather than on the chart, because on the chart sometimes it's just too obvious, and markets love to not do the obvious thing. So this has continued to play out, building positive momentum on the MACD histogram. Actually, the highest momentum on the MACD since February 15 of this year. And what I do want to look at here on Bitcoin dominance, chat, is start to see weaker positive momentum here start to develop here, you know, lighter green momentum bars, possibly implying that this was the performance out of this pattern, and you're potentially going to come back down into negative momentum again, and that would imply Bitcoin dominance selling off and pulling back into somewhat of an altcoin performance. I'm not calling for altcoin season. I think that altcoin season is gonna come when BTC is far ahead in price discovery, you know, above 80K, whatever, when market has enough confidence of BTC running That's probably gonna send alts to BTC outperformance. But you might get a relief on altcoin performance against BTC as soon as you start to see that weakening positive Momo. But that hasn't happened yet as far as this current 3-day candle, which is open. You're still printing stronger positive momentum than the previous one. So Friday close is gonna be a catchy one because you're right above it. So if it closes a little bit below it and start to pull maybe lighter green, maybe you can get excited of thinking. And plus, tweezer top here pattern can give you somewhat of confluence and confidence too on maybe this being the performance out of this inverse head and shoulders, and seeing Bitcoin dominance going for a small pullback or a rollover on a critical inflection point, which is the 57.2% here. But chat, have in mind that that's a wild guess as for now. I'm selling hopium to you guys now. That's all I'm doing, because the current trend here, it's on expansion. It's impulsing to the upside. You don't have any kind of development yet. This 3-day candle has not closed, and this inverse head and shoulders is still playing out. So this could play out for a month, chat. This we could be on stream here on, I don't know, September 15, and still printing green positive momentum. That's possible. You know, that's possible. But if I'm going to be devil's advocate and try to see the other side of the things too, things that might get altcoin holders a little bit more hopeful and something to look at, you know, something to be watching and think, okay, this is going to continue to play out or whatever, this is rolling over. I'm going to talk about the other possibility, you know, which is as soon as this starts to lose positive momentum, and possibly build a bearish divergence, maybe a triple bearish divergence. Maybe you get something like that while you print, you know, higher highs. So you do something like that, then maybe you get that that rollover that we're waiting for. Okay, because market loves to put on triple when you have a strong uptrend, like the one that BTC dominance has been on for the past almost 2 years now, Chad, like a year and 10 months. Usually the market doesn't roll over on the first divergence. You get a divergence and then you get another impulse, and when you get that triple divergence, that's when you puke. So yeah, it's really interesting what BTC dominance has been doing, especially on this time frame, which is the 3-day. And I'm just pulling, if I ever pull out the 3-day time frame, it's not because I love 3-day time frames, because sometimes I find edge on such time frames. So I'm not going to talk about the 3-day unless I see somewhat of an edge or a technical argument on the chart. All right. Okay, we talked about Bitcoin dominance, USDT dominance. Let's go a little bit quick into Bitcoin against the SPX. So Bitcoin against the SPX is still on this descending channel. This is the formally drawn channel with the 3 anchor points. This channel has been regarded as the Jesus, man. With the exception here of this deviation on July 7 lows. This channel has been very well respected, and you've been on this channel, chat, for, my God, can we get a break out of this structure? 160 days, chat, like, my God, like 5 months or even more of price action just on a range. Like range, if you're a range trader, I hope you've been killing on this channel, because for everyone else, it's been like, oh, it's so over, oh, we're so back, oh, it's over, we're so back, it's over, it's over again, we're so back, and now it's over again. But on the daily, good thing is you're just down 0.75%. Daily candle, it's gonna close green, although you opened lower than yesterday's close. and you're losing you're losing negative momentum, chat, on the MACD histogram. So hype in the chat for losing negative momentum here. And look at this, chat. If you actually start to get going here, look at this. We just look at this on the 3-day here. You have a possible hitting bullish divergence. This is not as great as the 3-day time frame chart, because you do have a downtrend, and this is a continuation of the downtrend divergence. But anyway, if this actually prints weaker and weaker negative momentum, then flips green, then you'll have this hidden bearish divergence where you have a lower low on the MACD histogram and a higher low on price. If you don't, the wicks are pretty much equal, so that could be a good sign for BTC outperforming the SPX and rallying against the hard line here, or the upper side of the channel at around the 12-point area. So yeah, just Bitcoin looks a little bit better against the SPX than the USD pair today. All right. Okay, let's talk about the coin of the moment. Ethereum down 4.5% today. Was just joking about the coin of the moment, but this coin has been relentlessly dumped on for the past week. And look at what they did today, chat. They had a bearish retest twice. You had a double bearish retest to the 2,542 bucks, this critical inflection point from the previous cycle here. You'll see how it's been regarded as support there, there, and there. And also this time around, not so much, but it is a critical inflection point, and you have a double bearish retest to it. You're going for a bearish engulfing candle in 30 more minutes when you get the daily candle close, printing stronger and stronger negative momentum on the MACD as the days go through. But the RSI, man, it's deeply oversold. It's at the 21 point level. Look at how oversold this is. The most oversold since August of last year, when you had that summer drop. And before that one, man, since June 2022, which was deep within the bear market. I'm not sure if this was a 3-hour capital going under or the Luna collapse. I'm not sure. I think this was Luna in May, and then 3AC on June. So what are we talking about here, chat? What is this? Super oversold. So yeah, it's just gonna need BTC to do this thing in order to get somewhat of a relief, because man, they did pull the rug on this one. The levels to watch here is that you need a reclaim of 2,542, this level that we were just talking about, and that's pretty much up and down territory between 3K and 2,500 bucks. So if you get back above that level, the next most logical level that market participants will try to push ETH will be 3K. And if you hold 3K, you actually flip it, then 3K and 582 bucks. And this is the banana zone, chat. That's the real area for the market and market participants to get excited about 4K. 4K is not coming until you hold and flip 3,582. Why? Because of this, chat. Look at this complacency shoulder from April 2022. And also, it's been regarded as resistance on this time around in the market in late July of last year. I mean of this year, my bad. You also respected that level as resistance. So you need to get back above this level, and you're going to 4K more likely than not. That's what I think. But that could take a while, man. We're down here at 2,300 bucks and change. So going forward, you do have some overhead resistance that you'll need to flip before getting excited about 4K. And I'm sure you know what 4K means. Just you'll be just an inch cheat on the door resistance into price discovery, in my opinion, if you're actually able to head into 4K. But man, they did it. They actually did nuke this chart. Because I'm gonna pull up ETH BTC. It's down 3%. Chat. This is so sad. ETH BTC had the highest volume on Binance since the FTX implosion, and before that one, the 3 Arrow Capital implosion. So a lot of selling volume on ETH BTC, and you don't have much levels here on ETH BTC all the way down until, I would say, 0.36. I would think this is a strong level here. Maybe market participants are going to bet, so you can see. But you've never tested this levels here as a support. So why would you do it now? Your other maybe inflection point is down here. So it's still up down here that you have a somewhat of a discernible bottom maybe for ETH BTC. It's not gonna be here, and I don't think it's gonna be here, because this has never been an inflection point here. It's just been selling level at best. And this is on a downtrend, as clear as day, you know, lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. Fresh lower low being was put on Monday. And now, chat, look what's going on. You're going for the lowest daily candle close on ETH BTC since April 20, 2021. Bro, what are they doing to Ethereum? What's Vitalik doing? What is the ETH Foundation doing besides selling? What's going on? They launch an ETF, man. They launch a freaking spot ETF. Biggest funds in the US. Larry Fink, BlackRock, which basically owns the world, has a brand new product on this asset. And this thing is down here against BTC. My God, man. This is just I don't know what TradFi did, man. They tamed the bull. They pretty much took BTC and Ethereum and they turned it into a cow. They tamed the crypto bulls, chat. And BTC is just a few percentages up from the ETF approval. You know, before the ETF, it went all the way up to 48K, I think. Now we're at like 44 and change. And Ethereum just it's lower than the yearly open. So at this rate, I just hope they don't approve the Solana ETF anytime soon, man. Otherwise, could imply the death of Solana. But anyway, you do know that I'm high time frame bullish. It's just a little bit weird, and I don't know. Market moves in weird dynamics, man. Because you have like TradFi banks and institutional funds literally bidding this asset, and you get this kind of price action. So getting back to ETH BTC on the technicals, you need to flip 5,600. This level, chat. Clear as day. Right here. You need to reclaim and hold this level up here. If you're able to get back above here, I think that's when the ETH BTC rally will begin, and when you'll see altcoin outperformance. Because there's such a clear level here technically. You know, it's been regarded as support and resistance, not in just 2021, but this level comes from 2017, man. All the way back in history when Bitcoin became somewhat of public awareness. That's what we're talking about here. And you've been unable to sustain price above it, and we talked on stream, like you need this level here to hold, man. That's what you really need. And look what they did. Confirmation top here, and they just puke it. On the RSI, is deeply oversold too at the 21 point level, building strong negative momentum on the MACD histogram. Actually, the highest negative momentum on the MACD histogram since January 30 of this year. So almost year lows for the MACD histogram on ETH BTC on a daily time frame. Man, it's just whack for Ethereum. I've never seen the ETH community down so bad as of now. Cause I don't know, a few months ago they would say like, oh whatever, we'll get the ETF, or oh whatever, like we have the most decentralized value storage altcoin on the space. But now all the attention is going to Solana, man. Like every new scam influencer that comes in builds on Solana or launches a ticker, a meme coin on Solana. Like you don't see them going into CK Sync layer 2 or into Optimism or Blast or any of the other layer 2s that most of them work like pretty similar and have like the same, I don't know, like the same mechanics. So I think that, I don't know, man, Solana Sol ETH is gonna continue to be quite the performer, man, in all honesty. And since we're talking about Sol, hold on one second, chat here. I'm gonna pull up something in my other computer here so I can look at the comments, just in case you guys turn funny on me and start posting. By the way, if you I'm not gonna have that much time today, so if you guys want me to look at any ticker or altcoin, now's the time to do it, because I'm gonna look at Solana now, and then possibly maybe another altcoin if you guys request it politely. All right. Okay, let's go to Sol. So Solana, it's flat today. It's barely green. It's up 0.1%. At one point, it was up like 6% last night. So I do want to talk about that. Just shortly, chat. Have you noticed how the market has reversed and sold off on the New York Stock Exchange Open? The only exception that I can find up was on Monday, where we turbo reversed. As soon as the New York Stock Exchange opened, we pumped like crazy from the lows. But any other day from the past like 2 months or so, you'll see Asia and Europe and Australia, whatever, bid crypto just to give it all back on the New York Stock Exchange session. How come TradFi is selling so hard? That's a bad sign. You do want to see Wall Street trading session to be on an uptrend, not on a downtrend. So just remember that, because at one point on Sol you were up like 7%, chat. Look at that. But as for now, just pretty, I don't know. I don't like that absorption that much. Because you tested here this descending channel that you go back inside again. How many times are you going to break out of this descending channel? And it's been regarded pretty much for this whole year. But you go back inside above it, and the line in the sand for Solana going straight into the point is $144. This level, chat here. This. Which is the same level that I was just talking about ETH. Complacency shoulder, bear market 2022. This is where it's at. You need to hold that level. You fail to hold that level, and you might be going to 80 cents. Maybe you come back down to 120, 115 first. I mean, not 80 cents. That would be devastating. My bad. $80. All right. But that, it's where it's at. $144, chat. Just get that in your brain or in your eyes, or remember when you, before going to bed, remember if you're holding Solana, you need to be above $144. Why? Because it can go all the way up to 170. Because from 144, all the way up or down to 170 is up and down territory here. It's pretty inefficient. You'll see here, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, a little bit of chop here, but you don't get that much price action between 144 and 170. So you need price to stay above 144 in order to go 170. And 170, if you are able to actually sustain price above it, the very real resistance above that level is 205 and then 215 and then all-time highs, in my opinion. All-time highs are at like 260 bucks. That hasn't happened on Solana. It did happen on Solana's market cap because of inflation, but it hasn't happened on price. I think it happened on open interest though. How crazy is that Solana, I think it was like on April or March, had an all-time high in open interest, but it did not on price. So study open interest. And it actually also happened on Avalanche and some other coins. So some people were way too leveraged. Okay, we're going to go to my favorite chart for the past 2 to 3 months. Look at this, chat. Wow. I just did a video on SolETH last night, and now it's up 5%, 5.5%. Going for the highest daily candle close ever in 15 more minutes, chat. Just leaving behind this resistance from this previous cycle top here, this all-time high from November 2021. Just got broken out of yesterday with the highest daily candle close, and now another higher daily candle close than the previous one. Just hype in the chat, man. Printing the first bar of positive momentum since July 31st, and at the 71 level on the RSI, so deep, very deep on the bullish control zone, and also beginning to be overbought on that oscillator. But what do we have here, chat? This is very real. This is as real as it gets, what's being confirmed here. And if you've been paying attention to this stream, you'll already know what this is on a technical side. Can someone please make my night, make me happy, and tell me what we're looking on the MACD histogram? I'll give you guys 10 seconds. I'll just remain quiet here, and I'll even give you guys a hint, a clue to what's going on here. I'll just wait. All right, I guess that no one has paid enough attention, but this is hitting bullish divergence, chat, being confirmed today on SolETH on a daily time frame, which is a continuation divergence of this uptrend here. So this implies what's being confirmed today on a probability level that this has better odds on continuing to the upside rather than reversing. Plus, when you get a higher high on an uptrend, it implies a strength. What you want to see on uptrends is you want to see fresh highs, new highs, you know. And on the opposite side of things, if you're on a downtrend, what you're looking for are lower lows. If you start to put in higher lows on the downtrend, you'll get worried if you're short. And if you start to put in lower highs on an uptrend and you're long, you'll need to get worried. So this is a sign of strength here, tremendous strength on SolETH. All right. So hype in the chat for SolETH going for the highest daily candle close in 12 more minutes, plus a bullish hidden bullish divergence being confirmed today. All right. And we're gonna look for some price action. This is XRP. It's up 19% today, chat, because they had the news that they will have to pay a way smaller fine that the SEC was requesting. They were requesting like 2 billions, and the judge only gave them like 120 million or so. But the good news is that the trial is over. XRP is not a security, and they pumped this to the Jesus, man. Double digit gainer today, was the biggest mover. Even a bigger move than WIF. At one point it was up 20%, I think. This was up 25% on one point and is gonna close the day maybe at 20%, going for the highest daily candle close since July 31st. Losing negative momentum on the MACD histogram and getting back above the 50-point area on the RSI, almost as a 60-point. So I'm not a XRP enjoyer, but this is a new good news catalyst for XRP, and it traded like it. Because sometimes you get a good news on the bear trend or the downtrend is so strong that you don't even get a reaction. They pumped this to the Jesus, man. So I will keep an eye on XRP going forward. So I've been going on for about 50 minutes or so. I'm gonna have to end the stream a little bit shorter today, although I really enjoyed staying here tonight with you guys. I really appreciate the support from the inner circle and the RB Discord. You guys are my family. I talk to you guys every day, so I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Please remember to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications, hit on that like and bell and subscription button. Remember, I'm going live every day, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Pete Bucks checking out. Thanks to you guys.